Hello, I am Deontay Vickers, and I am the author of a book, A Collection of Feelings. Okay, this book is available on Amazon and on Kindle. I am a victim of sexual trauma, post traumatic stress disorder, military sexual trauma, um, childhood sexual trauma, and you know, I used to think that I was a magnet. Like, if someone wanted to sexually assault someone, for some reason it would just be me. And so I don't know if other people feel like that because it seems so crazy, but that's how I feel sometimes. Um, I think when I was about 42, I got attacked by a pit bull, and he bit my face here. So now I don't go around dogs. Like, I have a thing, and this was a great dog. Like, it was not a mean dog or anything, but I think he got too excited and lunged forward to me and bit me. Um, but now, when I see dogs, of course, I get scared. So I feel like the magnet is here again. So during my lifetime, I was in a position where I couldn't say anything. I didn't think that I was supposed to or I could. I didn't have help. And I know that there's a lot of people that don't. So I just want to tell you that you can. And that if you've lost your faith, okay, a lot of people don't believe in God, but let's say law of attraction, or if you've lost your faith in yourself or in your God, because so many horrible things have happened to you, I want you to know that the fact that you made it through it is what matters. You're no longer the victim of it. You are now the survivor of it. I'm not saying that it won't come back, that you won't keep getting these feelings and have certain triggers, because you will. I do constantly, and one of the best therapies for me is a therapist told me, since I write down everything, because I've always had a journal, which is a very good source of just getting what you need to say out. And even though you can't say it to other people, the fact that you can say it and write it, now it's on paper. Now you can read that. Now you know that this is happening. And then you will get over it. You will one day wake up and that pain that you feel in your stomach will be gone. That I can guarantee. Okay. So with that said, please subscribe. Press the the bell for you can be alerted when I do new videos. The book I wrote is called A Collection of Feelings. It's available on Amazon. Or you can type in Arthur Deontay Vickers. This is the correct spelling, Deontea, because I don't know why that's so hard to pronounce for people, but for some reason they're saying Deontay. It's supposed to be an accent. Of course, when especially in my day, they wouldn't add accents to anything. So here we go. What my therapist told me at this time was that I should write down everything. Write down what I was feeling. And I've always been a writer ever since I was young. So I wrote this book, and it's a book of total poetry. That's all it is. It's just poetry. And each poem represents a moment in my life. And I'm going to read it to you. We'll do it in segments because every poem in here is telling you at a different part of my life, and I'm going to explain it. If you don't want to hear the whole story, that's fine. But take away from this one thing, and that is that you are no longer a victim. At this moment in your life, you have survived it. Whatever tools it was to make you survive it, however or whatever you did to make it through that, you are here. Now, if you decided to take the approach of drugs or alcohol to get you through these moments, to help you get through this, stop. Because understand something. It's not going to make it go away. When you finish doing those drugs or you finish being drunk and you get sober, the same thing is going to be there. It's just going to be weighing on you. It's going to be weighing on you. And if you're young, and this is happening to you and you can't tell anyone, I grew up saying, what happens in this house stays in this house. Yeah. But sometimes gets crazy. My biggest thing is, who do I tell? Do you tell your mom? Do you tell your sister? Do you tell the people, teachers at school? Do you tell your grandma? Who do you tell that this is happening to you? Me, I live on the fence with that. Because you're going to experience this thing, that it's your fault. You're going to experience, well, she shouldn't have been wearing that. Or she gave me the eye. Or she act like she wanted it. Or you're so young that you don't have any idea that people are even looking at you like that. Because you're just, when I was young, my butt used to stick out when I walked, But, of course, I had etiquette classes. I had the book on my head. I had to learn how to walk straight. So when you walk straight, and this is just how it is. But I guarantee you, I didn't think not once that I wanted someone to look at my butt and come over here and take me and throw me down or take advantage of me, no matter if I said no. No, that's not exactly, no, that's not what I intended at all whatsoever. First of all, when you're young, your parents buy you clothes. So, hey, let's chalk that up to them. And then in a lot of times, you just have no idea. And in my case, I had no idea. So if you're in this situation and you don't have any idea, and this is happening to you, then I know for a fact that you're scared. And so you should be. And so you should be. Don't ever let anybody think that you're not. Because there's a couple of things that can happen. You can tell they can go to jail. If that's your only parent, then you're going to go to foster care or with a relative. Second is, people might not believe you. I'm 55, and they still don't believe me. They still act like my abusers are put on a pedestal because, they have that, oh, I didn't know, or he really wasn't like that. No, he's really like that, and he really did it. Very seldom would you lie. And say something like that, and I know people do all the time, but it's not anything to lie about, and it's nothing to kid about. And I know nowadays in the world, men are like, oh, well, this is a man's world, but no, we don't deserve that at all. And at some point, it has to stop. So instead of me lecturing you, boom, we're going to read a poem out of the book. Now, I'll go from beginning to end, but like I said, it is available on Amazon. If you had your own, A Collection of Feelings, I think they're only like $5, $10. It's not like it's a lot because it's only 40-odd pages. It's very short with a dedication. And the first poem is just about stepping in to my life. It's about inviting people in to take a look. My poetry book reads like a book because it's step by step of life. I'm going to start off by reading the second poem first. The second poem is called Me. And the reason I wrote this poem is because I have a huge family. And of course, I've researched my abuse over and over, like the statistics or how does this happen? What do you do when it happens? And so I found out that everybody around you knows. The women, they know. They know that something's wrong. They can feel it. They can see it if they're paying attention. So it took me a long time to quit blaming everyone because the only person that's at blame here is the abuser, really. But everyone around knew. Like they knew that my abuser was a drunk, an alcoholic, a drug addict. They knew that he had big murals on his wall, red walls, murals of people having sex with little, like a movie. Hey, I'm the plumber. I'm here to fix the sink. And then, the plumber comes in. These are little sketches on the wall, that everybody came in. I'm the only little girl there. And of course, my brother. But obviously, everybody thought that, oh, he'll never do that to his kid. they'll do it to their kid too. This one is called Me. See all that is me. Glimpse into the depths of my individual soul and deeper into my mind's ever-changing thoughts. To embrace that which is not seen, but known merely by the wave of my hand. To see me and all that I am, the glow that radiates around my entire being, the sudden sparks of light that announces my entrance and exits. Does anyone notice me? Is anyone paying attention to me? I surround myself by danger. I am surrounded, by danger, and I have no escape. Can anyone see all that is happening to me? It is miserable to be invisible. Who do I tell? Who do I confide in? Can anyone, anywhere help me? When I wrote that, I found myself in that world that I just mentioned with the red walls and the sex on the walls, and I felt alone, trapped. My molestation started at 9 years old, and I was alone and was surrounded by family. You know, the first time that something negative happened, I think my uncle was there, my grandfather was there, his wife, my grandmother, step-grandmother was there, my brother was there, everybody was there. But one person noticed, a woman, my grandmother, and said, if you ever touch her again, I'll kill you. She knew instantly. It's the moment that it happened. That day that the first little incident occurred, that next day, she knew. God rest her soul. Rest in peace, Grandma. And I'll never forget it. I'll love her for the rest of my life. It didn't make my life any easier, not in the least, but that began my journey, a journey that I never thought in life would ever exist. I mean, when you love someone, especially as a child, that person, that first man as a woman, heterosexual woman, that you love them. That person happened to be my biological father, the person I loved more than life itself, who could tell me anything and I would believe it. That was my dad. Rest in peace. So, that started my journey. And I want you to know that where your journey starts, don't let the drugs, the alcohol, anything that you're trying to use to cover it up or to help you deal with it. No, you're going to have to go to God. You're going to have to go to the all. You're going to have faith. And if you don't believe in God and you're an atheist, and a lot of people don't, because why would I believe in God if all these bad things could happen to me? I don't deserve it. I was a kid. Why would it happen to me? You tend to lose your faith. I understand. I did. At some points in my life, I did. But I'm going to tell you what changed it. It's because I made it through that. And I regained my faith. Because you cannot be a survivor if something hasn't happened to you and you have survived it. Okay? So remember that. This is the first story. I have several that I'm going to do with every episode. Talk to you about it. Let you know that every time, or if you feel, or if you're uncomfortable, you know, a good way to nip it in the bud, and I'm going to tell you, is to be loud and boisterous about it when that person comes near you. Don't touch me! Then, of course, I will assume that everyone around you at that person, at that time, will take notice. That could be the one thing that could help. What I did was, when my grandmother, to say this, to end this story, but when my grandmother walked in as he was approaching me. And this was the day after that had happened. I jumped immediately. And when I did, she looked at me. And she knew instantly. She knew instantly. My grandmother Brownie. And understand, and I please want people to understand that I will be saying names. So if you're going to get your feelings hurt, you're going to get your feelings hurt, and just don't watch my videos. Okay? Because this is facts. So, Grandmother Brownie, rest in peace. But she knew. So, that's one method to try. If somebody is doing something that you know is not right and you don't know what to do, and just try that in front of people. Don't touch me. Why are you touching me? Stop. Make it loud enough where people know, and then they'll start paying attention. Hey, I'm Deontay Vickers, and we are Collection of Feelings. You guys take care, keep your head up, and know that you are a survivor. See you next time.